on the Switch. I know how look. I did it so you don't have to. How about that? I did it so you don't have to. I'll say that right now. But I don't know if this is just the alcohol talking, because I was drinking a little bit, but the update that they had, not just had, but what they had in this game. I'm not saying it fixed completely what the bugs did. Hell no. I haven't even tried the one-on-one stuff, but I've seen clips of how the Royal Rumble looks, and there's a little lag, but it overall it still continues. And then when someone comes in, it freezes a bit, and then the opponent comes in, kind of like in the old SmackDown games. Well, the old wrestling games. If you ever played those old wrestling games that you had to play the Royal Rumble, and then all of a sudden, when you're playing the 3, 2, 1, and then it stops, loads, and then their opponent comes in. I know some people don't like that, but I grew up with that. If you grew up with that and you don't care about that or don't mind it, there it is. Um, I haven't tried it. I'm saying that right now. I haven't tried it. So if you try it and you'd be like, "Oh, ClownKlown lied," I just didn't try it. I just saw a clip of it on YouTube, you know, and I saw some of the comments. And the one thing that really caught my eye is that I don't know if this is 100% true, but supposedly the reason the game is fucked up like this is because the Ultimate Warrior fucked this game up. How do I say? It's because the straps that he has on his legs and arms, the animation on it is too much for the game to handle, for the system to handle, because the animation, all you have to do is just take it out, and that's it. I haven't unlocked the Ultimate Warrior, which I should have done that at the beginning of the game, but hey, I was thinking of other things. But it's okay. You can always grind, and you basically fight, grind, and unlock that, which people don't. People hate that, and I'm like, really? It's better to grind and unlock characters basically from a store than literally just buying it from, oh, I don't know, a real store and making you buy for real money. Just saying. And this is a person that's tipsy as fuck. All right, I had 3 Trulies. This is brought to you by Truly. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but if I was going to sponsor somebody, it would be Truly. But anyways, and Snickers and M&Ms, peanut M&M. I mean, what is it? Peanut butter M&Ms. Those are good. I know some people don't like them, but I like them. But moving on, moving on. If any of your advertisers were like, I need to say this. I do say some languages, so you might have to bleep that out. Other than that, um, but moving on. This this game, when you play in small arenas or arenas that actually walk to its fullest, because the slowdown for this game is so bad. It is. The slowdown is bad. But if you go to the menus options and start tinkering a bit, like take out the camera stuff, like turn off the cameras, angles, and stuff like that, the replay also and all that. Some people might even say take off the entrance, but I keep the entrance even though sometimes it's slow as fuck. In other arenas, it's not slow. It's not. It depends what superstar, to be quite honest with you. I've noticed. Depending what superstar, there won't be no slowdown. So, and depending on you, if you use your custom character and you're using them all the time or her all the time, it depends what it's going to be. When you're doing the entrance, and sometimes when it shows the logo of your name when you're doing the entrance, that gives a slowdown, a very bad slowdown, and then when it's finished, It continue on normal. It continues on normally, basically. So they're all hints of this game running good on the Switch. It's just there's a glitch in this game that's making it not run good. We're in 2023, and now we can look at 2K18 and say that there's a glitch in this game that's not making it run on this system. It's running fine. It can run fine. It's just there's something in here that's not making it run. And apparently it's that. And apparently it's Ultimate Warrior's freaking outfit and shit. Now I'm sure there was other things to it too, but from what I've heard, as of right now, it's that. And yes, I put down the no camera angles and all that, and no replay after you beat the match and everything like that. And also, I turn off commentaries just in case. You can have commentaries on, but I turn it off just in case. Mainly because when they do commentate, they'll be like, "Oh, how do you feel about that superstar?" Um, you know, Baxon, for example. And then I'm saying you have this long pause, and then you'd be like, "Oh, this superstar is great," and I'm like, "Oh man, I remember hearing that way back on my PlayStation 2 era on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 because I literally buried that game to the pulp. Yo, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, I played that game so much that I couldn't even play anymore. That's how much I love SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. That was my first wrestling game I ever bought. So I basically, you know how you watch your DVD over and over again, your favorite movie, you just run that down to the fucking ground. You had to buy a new one. It was like that. It was like that. And moments like that, you might look at it and you'd be like, fuck. But when you look back at it as an adult, you laugh at it. And you feel like you kind of get giddy inside because that's how you know you had a good game, man. You had a good product. You had something good. Make me teary eyed just thinking about it, man. And the thing is, 2K18, I'm looking at my video that I made years ago about 2K18. And I talk shit about the arenas. And I'm looking at my video now and I'm like, the fuck you talking about, you stupid fuck? The arenas that they have in 2K18 are literally really good. Surprisingly not bad. And look, you guys are not gonna believe me here, but when the game plays right on one, it feels like WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Smooth, buttery smooth, so smooth that you're like, oh my god, you start gushing, you start loving it. This game was originally gonna be literally SmackDown vs. Raw 2011.2. It was that smooth. I'm in shocked of how smooth this shit was. Now, it only happened once in a while. There was still some slowdowns. I will still point that out. Okay. Now, was it there? Now, if it wasn't for the updates, would I still feel that smoothness? I don't know. I haven't played the game without the updates. It just updated automatically, which I just let it happen. And if you don't have an SD card, guess what? You're not gonna update this game at all. It's still gonna be crashy as all fuck without the update. That's why they sponsor it on the fucking goddamn cover of the game. They're like, you need a fucking memory card for this game, dude. And to be quite honest, why wouldn't you have a memory card for? So it's like not having a memory card for your PSP. Don't worry, we've been there. We've been there. I've been there. Not having a memory card for your PSP. Oh, it's so hard. God. Oh God. If you don't know those struggles, you're not a gamer. Just saying that right now. If you don't know those struggles, you're not a gamer, man. Go fuck off and kiss my ass. You're not a gamer if you haven't went through that shit. Seriously, look at my face right now, all gushy and blushy because it's true. And I'm crying in tears because that's in a way when you look back at that, you actually had fun. You had fun when shit fucks up like that. Sometimes you had fun at the same time because it wasn't like bad. It wasn't like when the game just decided to just crash on you. And I'll say this right now, 2K18, when I played it on the Switch, it crashed on me once. 2K20 crashed on me multiple times. 2K22, I think I crashed on. No, it didn't crash on me. It froze on me multiple times. That didn't happen with 2K18. It got completely shut down once and didn't happen again. That was it. And I was suspecting it too, mainly because it's getting used to what the update just happened because that's how it is sometimes. Updates are like that. Technology is like that. Have you ever noticed that when it gets an update, all of a sudden you notice that something, it's like, oh, the game hasn't processed it, and then when the game finally processes it, it's either you got out of the game or the game just crashing on you because it has to process it. That's how you know you don't have a good product on you. You know, I still say this: 2K18 is still not a good product. But if you have the game right now and you're playing it, it's not bad to go back to and play it. Because again, I haven't tried the Royal Rumble, and from what I've seen, they look like they fixed it. It's There's still some a little slowdown of it, but overall, once it picks up, it picks up. You know, if you ever played old Game Boy games and you felt slowed down also, but you didn't care and you still played the game, I think you'd be fine here. I mean, I grew up with games like that, and I didn't hate it per se. Some of them were aggravating, some of them were stupid. But I'm not saying all the look, I know someone's going to be like, oh, are you condoning slowness and all that? No. The fact that this game came out the way it is bullshit. I'm saying that right now. This game should not have came out the way it did. I I do not condone what 2K did with this game. I mean not Sony, Nintendo and WWE are responsible also with this shit. There's a reason why no one didn't give a fuck about Battlegrounds. I still don't give a fuck about 2K Battlegrounds. What the fuck is it all about? And it's not because of the graphics. I don't care about the graphics. Graphics look fine. To be honest, if we have a new modern WWE game that looks like that with the same mechanics or fighting mechanics that you see in Here Comes the Pain or SmackDown Raw 2006, I wouldn't care. I would have been like, holy shit, this is probably the best game ever, man. But it's not. 2K, you actually had it. The thing is, a lot of people really want these high end graphics in these new systems. The thing is, I'm not saying the Switch cannot take it. It could. It's just that with 2K18, they should have went with a different route. If you're going to keep those graphics, then lower the crowd. Make them like not boxes, but 2D cutouts. Some people might not like that, but I don't care, dude. If it has to make the game run, then let it be. You have to compromise with the system, and then you want to complain about, oh, the system's not powerful enough, dude. If you're shrinking a game down, look at the PSP. You want to say the PSP is lackluster because it's using PS2 graphics? What? People will look at you and say that you're stupid because the PSP is the best portable system still to this day, hands down. Not Nothing against the Switch, but the PSP still to this day is the best handheld system of all time. I don't care if you love the Game Boy. I love the Game Boy also. I love the DS. But you gotta call a spade a spade. The PSP is the best system, the best handheld system of all time. Okay? The Switch wishes it could be like that. The thing is, nothing against the Switch. I love the Switch, but the Switch wishes so much that it could be like the PSP, and it wants to be, and I know it wants to be. But the reason it's not like that, and it doesn't blame itself. It blames its parents. Nintendo and other people that were making that system didn't look at the PSP and they were like, let's make it better than that. No, they didn't. They didn't care. Because they were like, we're Nintendo and we still rule this shit. And everyone bought it, proving that they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Nintendo, look, when I thought of a system like the Switch, people literally would thought, oh, Nintendo would never do that. And look what Nintendo did. They thought of a system that was literally like that. Literally, I was telling people, hey, what if there was a system like the Nintendo Switch? That you could literally pick up a game and take it on the go and shit like that. You can even ask my friend this shit. I've said this before when I was a teenager. And I've said this to classmates when I was in school, and they were like, "Oh, that'd be cool if Sony did that, or Microsoft for Xbox or PlayStation." But I'm like, "What about Nintendo?" And people were like, "Oh, that's stupid." Nintendo made it, and then all of a sudden, people wanted that shit. Still to this day, people want it because it's good. It's a good system. I still recommend getting the dock version. Basically, look, nothing against the light. It's charging, but nothing against the light. I would still recommend the light. But if you want to, have that experience of put it in the TV, basically in the dock, and then pick it up and ready to go and leave, then use that. Because that's what the system is really meant for. But going back to 2K18, 2K18 is a hidden gem that could have been good. That could have been good. That's really it. And that's sad. Look, I'm not saying there's not a cult following for this game. There is, and I'm one of them. 2K18 is the black sheep of the series. The Switch version is the black sheep of the series. It could have been good, but all of its flaws fucks it up. So bad. So fucking bad. Some people don't even go back to it. Some people don't fucking goddamn care for it. Some people don't even want to go back to it just because, oh, the updates, who gives a fuck? I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You think I don't blame you? I took a big risk buying this game. A big risk buying this game. When I bought this game, I literally was like, look, I'm not going to tell you how much I bought for it. All I need to say is that I did not buy this for 50 or $40. I'll say that right now. Or $60. I did not pay that for this game. I'll say that right now. But what I will say is that I thought many times that I wasted my shit on this. And then other times that I thought that I got my money's worth. Because the updates that came with this game fix some of the stuff that made the game playable, basically. But that's it. I know some people are going to argue and be like, "Oh yeah, that's really it." And then of course, you think I'm going to disagree with you? I'm not here to convince you to like 2K18 on the Switch. The fuck's wrong with you? I'm here to just tell you to my experience of how I feel with of what I went through. That's it. That's it. And if you hate that, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm not convincing you of anything. I'm just telling you my experience, what I went through. You shouldn't hate anyone for that. Seriously. It's like hating someone that got raped. What? They went through a tragic thing. You're gonna hate them for that? What? What kind of sense is that? That's why I point that out, because there's no sense into it. There's no sense into it. You're getting pissed off over something that's nothing. That's nothing. That's why I look at these people sometimes, some YouTubers, and I'm just like, you guys are stupid. Not all of you, obviously, because there's smart people out here, but there's a lot of dumb people out here too. And I'm like, geez, man, why you guys are getting more of the limelight on YouTube for no fucking reason? No reason. You're no different than 2K. You're no different for two. You're no different than 2K. And if 2K is watching this, 2K fuck you too. This game could have been a masterpiece. This game could have been good. All you had to do was take more time. Just tell WWE, hey, this is not ready. Just like you did with 2K21. I mean, 22 actually. Because you told WWE that, hey, if you want this game really great and way, you can't have it the day that you want it to come out. Because everyone knows it doesn't. I told my friend that these games get made yearly, and he's like, "Oh no, oh God, no," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's not good. These games sometimes takes a year and 18 or 8 more months. Yeah, that's how games are nowadays. Back then it was different. It still took a month and all that, obviously, and a few months to work out the kinks and all that. Sometimes games took a week or 2 weeks or maybe well, yeah, almost a month, basically. It depended on the game. But nowadays, developers just sometimes developers want quality, but at the same time, they want a fast product. Sorry, you're not going to get a good product from that. You're not. You're just not. You're just not. How do you expect a good game to come out of a year, and he's expecting high end graphics, high end specs, high end everything. And I'm like, no. If you're putting the money on that, then obviously it's going to take time to put that, and then you will succeed. Obviously, we have you seen Devil May Cry 5? Look at that shit. Look at the graphics on that. Square Enix wishes they can have graphics like that. I even told my friend that, and he's like, Final Fantasy VII Remake doesn't have graphics like that. They don't. And you can't convince me otherwise. I'm sorry. You can't. You can't. I look at Devil May Cry 5 and I'm like, oh my god. Final Fantasy VII looks like shit compared to that. And Final Fantasy VII Remake doesn't have bad graphics. It's just that compared to Devil May Cry 5, oh my god. People saying, what's the next level? That is to beat. Those are the graphics to beat. And no one's not trying to. Or they act like they're trying to, and they just have a shit product. Because everything they focus on is the graphics. And everything else is lackluster. You don't have nothing new. You have everything that's the same. You see? Kind of like the 2K games. Some of them you might see as different. But at the end of the day, it's not enough for people to get engaged and come back. That's why a lot of people say that these games are the same. What's the point of getting them? I've said that too. And if someone's like, "Oh, what's 2K I should get?" I'd be like, the version that doesn't fucking take long to load, and the version that doesn't fuck up all the time. And most people are like, which one is that one? Oh, it's very hard because you have one that's good at loading and then one that doesn't fuck up a lot. Two separate games, and none of them are not one that's like that. That's sad. That's sad. When there's another company that takes over the WWE games, people are going to look at the 2K series and say that it is a failure. It is. It is. Despite how much you enjoyed it, some stuff of it. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat you. There's some matches that I've played that I've had that I've actually cried and actually loved. I'm not playing with you. Because I play matches with the 2K games and I'm just like, this is what I'm talking about here. But you guys at the end don't care. And I'm not talking about the consumer. I'm talking about the people that are making these games. You don't care. I'm all when the highlights happen and the good moments happen in these games, I'm all like, more of this. But you're looking at the consumer and they're like, nope, more transactions, bitch. More of us paying us. And more giving you something if you pay us, but you don't get to unlock it. It's just something you can see in my faction, but you don't get to unlock it once you play it. What the fuck? I'm hearing there's there's superstars and different attires for different superstars that they play in my faction, but they don't unlock them. What the fuck is that shit? Oh, if you want to unlock them, you better pay up. I bet you anything that would be the next step too. How far do we need to go, guys? It is not going to be a 2K like thing, but this I just want to say that. How far are you guys willing to go until you say enough is enough? Look at 2K20, the way it happened. Look at the way 2K18 happened on the Switch. You guys are still buying these games. Now, for the people like me, we have our own decisions. Right? I'm not saying the best around here or anything like that. The reason I got 2K18 on the Switch is because for multiple reasons. To do it for obviously for the people that wanted to do it, and I'm like maybe you shouldn't, or maybe overall right now I'm saying overall don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. If it gets better, I'll tell you. And to be honest, right now it's not bad. It's bad but good. Like you have to take a huge gamble. And if you take that gamble, you might look at me and say, fuck you. Because I did that. And I told myself, fuck you. But also, I played some matches that I'm like, holy shit, this is smooth, this is buttery. I can see what the game that's trying to come out. What the fuck? How am I supposed to tell people about this? I can't tell them I recommend it, and I can't tell them that they can stay away from this. Can they? Because they need to experience this too. What the fuck? That's the problem I have with games sometimes, man. And that's how I am as a gamer. To tell people what I went through, I'd be like, hey, if I was gonna tell people should they get this game, I'd be like, overall, probably no. But I had some good times with it that made me think that, hey, maybe it should get it just because some of the updates that they made approve. But overall, does that fucking matter? A shitty product is still a shitty product. You know? Even if you have fun with it. I don't know what else to say. And I know some people might be like, yo, I don't disagree with you, and I love the way that you're thinking here because all of it's valid. And it is. All of it's valid. All of it is valid. When I played 2K18 on the Switch, I get some slowdowns. Other times it's smooth and buttery as fuck, and I'm like, this is the game that it's supposed to be. And again, going back, I haven't tried the Royal Rumble matches. People have, I've seen it online, and people are pointing out it's not bad. But the thing is, how are you going to convince a lot of people for that? That's a huge gamble. It is, especially if the game still doesn't run as proper as it should. You know, because you need to take leaps to take out. Because I mentioned before, you need to turn off the cutscenes of you. What is it? Of the camera angles, and you need to also cut off the replay value when they replay your cutscenes after you beat a match. Basically, you need to turn that off too in the options. Again, going back leaps. Why do I need to turn off all of these stuff for the game to work properly? And then going back with the whole character of Ultimate Warrior, supposedly of him, really? And I don't blame the consumer with that. I blame the fucking developers. You couldn't figure that shit out? The consumer had to figure that shit out. What the hell? All these years, you couldn't figure that out, 2K. And then all of a sudden, I found a video that's, 4 months ago, 2 months ago, talking about it, and people are talking, and I see the comments for like 2 weeks, a week. People are like new comments and all that stuff, and people are like, "What the hell?" I mean, not people are not saying what the hell, but people are like, "Oh, okay, might check it out or something." I still have it and all that. That stuff like that. I'm just like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" 2K couldn't figure out that a character was fucking up a game, but a consumer did. That's how you know something's wrong here, man. That's how you know these people don't give a fuck. I was actually going to show a video of a character. I mean, a guy is playing 2K22, and you see a character. They're playing Elimination Chamber, and you see a character literally gunning to the turnbuckle. Keep gunning to the turnbuckle. Not climbing or anything, just glitching. Literally right down to the turnbuckle. And I'm looking at it like, wow. People want 2K23 while 2K22 is like this. It's sad, man. It's sad. You guys have no morals. And most people are like, what about your morals? Dude, look, I got this game way before it was anything. Okay? The fact that they even updated, the fact that it's in the state the way it's in is even a miracle to begin with. Because 2K cannot, to be quite honest with you, I'll say this right now. 2K, they didn't have to do that update. They didn't have to. The fact that they did just proves that, yeah, they had backlash, obviously. But at the same time, you knew someone in that company does care. And most people will be like, yeah, it was Ukes, and they left. Yep, you're not wrong. Ukes was the only one that gave a fuck. And they wanted to do something new. Who knows for how long? And they left. They left. And look at the way 2K20 ended up. A hot ass garbage mess. You might want to look at 2K18 on the Switch and be like, it was before 2K20. But to be quite honest, 2K20 should have destroyed this series forever. WWE should have just closed it right there and then. They should have saw the Switch version of 2K18 and be like, okay, one more, you're gone. 2K20, okay, you're gone. That's one of the reasons I'm not a company. I'm not part of any company because you take two chances with me. One, okay, fine. Second time, you're out of here. You're fired. You're good. You're done. Someone else is doing this shit. Because these motherfuckers have too many chances for no reason. For no reason. All because they want to make a quick buck on my faction. They're showing it in their true colors, guys. Because that's the only thing they know how to make money on. They don't know how to make anything else. It's funny when it comes to you want to suck people money dry. All of a sudden, you're creative. Maybe we can have another version of Stone Cold Steve Austin they can unlock, but they need to buy it for $50. Creative, but then you put a fucking money tag on it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, but it's a game. Obviously, it's going to be like that anyways. We make a product and you're going to buy it anyways. I'm like, yeah, but you don't buy a product and they pay more money on it when you're playing it, you dumb motherfucker piece of shit. What's wrong with you? You're so greedy for money that you don't even fucking see what the fuck you're doing because all you want is money. You have money in your veins. And look, if you go back, if you have 2K20, if you have 2K18, WWE 2K18, if you have WWE 2K18 on the Switch, and you got that update, and you haven't played it, play it. See how it is. And if you still say it's shit, don't play it no more. But if you still see some value in it, as some people have, I have too, and I'm like, look, it's still shit. It is. It's still not good. Will I recommend it to anybody? Hell no. Hell no. Especially the state that still it's in? No. But if you see some videos that might convince you, then hey, I'm not going to argue with you either. The reason I say that is because the stuff that they did fix is fine. It is, from what I'm seeing. And the thing is, I'm going back. I haven't played the Royal Rumble, so I can't say. But I've seen videos about the Royal Rumble of how it looks, and it is fine. Not the best, but it's fine. It's manageable. You can actually go through the Royal Rumble without any slowdown, basically. That means you can go play a Hell in a Cell, Fatal 4-Way, and all that, and it won't be as slow as you think it's going to be. You know? You know? But still, it's not like there's not slowdown. How bad of a slowdown is, I would say not as bad as people might point it out or what it was back before. But does that change your opinion of it? Most likely it does not. If you didn't care for it, most likely you're not going to buy it anyways. You know? Really, the reason I got it is because I really want a wrestling game on the go, man. I really do. I really fucking do. Most people will be like, oh, you can play the PSP games and all that stuff. You know what? You're not wrong. But when I think about a modern wrestling game, I'm just like, damn, there's none. There's none. There really is none. So you need to sacrifice your own fucking money to get something shit to find something good in it, and that sucks. That sucks, and it shouldn't be that way. It should never be that way. Never. And the fact that these companies look, if 2K is laughing at this, you deserve you deserve this product to be taken away from you. WWE deserves to fucking fire your ass. I'll say that right now. Because you know 2K, if they're not happy, you're gone. Only takes one more strike for them. I hope you know that. You don't know WWE as much as wrestling fans do, as much as I do. You fuck one more time, you're done. You're done. You're done, 2K. You're done. You're done. Do you understand that you're done? Some people look at you and they don't give a fuck about you. They don't. The whole company. The whole company, dude. The whole company. Some people might even look at your employees and might spit at their face. That's how bad it is, dude. You don't understand how bad it is. You're an idiot if you don't think that's how bad it is. It's that bad. Get your shit together. I'm serious. I'm not playing with you. There's people around here that would literally be like, you work for 2K? You think I'm playing with you? No, I'm not. I'm not like that. But there's people that are all like that. So don't act like there's no one that's not going to do that to you. Or scratch your car or pop your tire. Dude, you acting like this is a game. You act like this is a joke. It's not. And if anyone is like, oh, you're threatening, I'm not threatening anything. This is reality, motherfucker. Stop acting like you're in a fantasy just because money's pouring down to your fucking dirty fucking vagina. You sick ass fucker. Seriously. Why don't you wash your fucking pussy before you get fucked? Nasty fuck. Seriously. Like, what the hell? There's no reason for you to act so this way. There's there's no reason. The most, I dare I say it, even the fucking reptilians that you probably don't, that some people might be here and be like, oh, that's conspiracy, whatever. I'm not here to argue with you, but the people that do know that that is true, those motherfuckers, those pathetic pieces of shit, even be like, oh shit, no, we fucked up. Because they know, they will admit to themselves they fucked up. They won't tell you, but they will admit to themselves. But 2K, they will never admit that to themselves. That's the difference between them and you. That's hilarious because those people eat. If I say, I can't say it on this channel, man. All I need to say is that they eat things that you think that is terrible. But you guys know. You guys know. All I have to say is the meat that you think around here is not meat. Saying that right now. But 2K18. 2K18 on the Switch. If you get it, it's really up to you. I can't say any more about it, to be quite honest with you. Because if I say any more, I guarantee you someone will get it and be like, you're a fucking goddamn liar. And I'll be like, dude, it's your experience with it. If you thought this shit was shit, or you thought it was shit to begin with, I'm not going to convince you to get it anyways. And I'm not trying to convince you to get it. I'm just giving you my experience of how I felt with it. And I felt that it wasn't still good, but what they had right now was fine. And they need to tweak it as much to be like, holy shit, yes, this is good. But are they going to do that? I saw a video 5 years ago talk about the update that's still there. Safe to say, 5 years ago they abandoned this game. So do that as you will, guys. Do that as you will. I could be wrong. Maybe they did do an update to patch on with the update that's worth the update. You know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But WWE 2K18 guys on the Switch is a hot mess that is enjoyable if you have it or you got it and you played it and you see some things that could be value in it. But some of the things I did point out, like the Ultimate Warrior stuff and you fixing the stuff and all that, will actually help the game more and not be as much of a slowdown. The fact that Ultimate Warrior is the biggest slowdown of the game is hilarious, in my opinion. It's fucking hilarious. It really is. Especially in a spiritual enlightenment way. Because we all know how cricket in WWE is when they announce, oh, this superstar died. Eddie died. Chris Benoit died. Ultimate Warrior died. I don't have to go deep into that. But all I need to say is, wow. Wow. You know, it happened to Ultimate Warrior, and no one still didn't fucking see it through the veil. You guys are that fucking stupid. And I'm like, damn. I'm walking stupid here. It's not all of you. I'll say that right now. It's not all of you. But some of them that didn't see right through that shit, I'm just like, you're dumb. If you didn't see right through that shit, then you're the biggest stupid ass fucking wrestling fan I've ever fucking met, and I don't want to fucking deal with your stupid, pathetic ass. Because you're a child. You're a child. You're the same people that look at Undertaker that has fucked up knees and saying that you still got it. Fuck you. Fuck you. I remember hearing that shit when I watched it years ago, and I looked at my sister. I'm like, these motherfuckers are in denial. And my sister was like, yeah, they are. They're in denial. I'm like, they're children. I told my sister they're children. They're fucking children. No wonder they can't hear anything that they call conspiracy because they fucking freak out like little fucking pieces of shit. That's what wrestling fans are. And it's not all of you, but it's a chunk of you that I look at you and I'm like, I can't look at you. I can't. Because if I either punch you or spit you in the face. Because at that point, I don't look at you as a person anymore. I look at you as a piece of shit that is letting shit happen like this. Terrible things happen because you don't want to fucking, you know, comprehend. And then you wonder why still shit happens because you let it happen, you dumb motherfucking piece of shit. And you're not acknowledging it. And that's why the 2K series is the way it is too. Because there's so many people that don't want to fucking acknowledge the farce of it. It's fucking sad, man. It's fucking pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Tell me what you guys think down below. I know this is a long video. But if you guys like hearing my videos and just want to hear my opinions and listen through my experience, and there you go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hearing me out. And all I need to say is that, look, despite, in closing, at least with the 2K game, if you see videos and all that, like I mentioned, and you know that's just you deal with it as you will as a person. As for everything else that I mentioned too, besides the wrestling stuff, and you know the wrestling 2K stuff, this shit needs to end. The stupid blindness of gullible people, and it needs to stop. It does. It needs to stop because you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing to yourselves. Have you ever guys heard about the dodo birds? Do I have to mention that? Because that's the one thing I'm pointing out all the time. Every time I say you guys are fucking stupid. But hey, it doesn't matter, right? The stupid people die off and the smart ones live on, right? It's always been that way, especially in nature. Seriously. And it's so funny that some people either can't comprehend that or don't want to comprehend it or get pissed off about it because they know it's going to be dumb. They know subconsciously it will be them because they can adapt. Seriously. 2K, can you adapt? We've seen WWE adapt at least for better or for worse, but they see them. But we have seen them adapt. Can we say that for 2K? I'll see you guys later. And also want to point out Bioshock, the new Bioshock game. Just leave it. Just leave it for dead, man. Just leave the whole series for dead. If you're gonna act like this, 2K, leave Bioshock alone. Leave Bioshock alone. That is your mascot. And the fact that you're acting like this, I'm all like, I don't want another Bioshock game from you guys. If you're acting like this, I don't want a Bioshock game from you. I don't. I don't. I can care less about any Bioshock game right now from you guys. I don't give a shit. If you mention it tomorrow, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. That's how much I don't care. Because if you're acting this way, I don't give a shit about your games. Okay? Same thing with when it comes to Rockstar and Square Enix. I just don't give a fuck. You're gonna act like this? Then don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna fucking get your games. At least I can support a mom and pop store, and I support your fucking sorry ass piece of shit ass that's dying. That's why you're doing all this shit, because you know you're dying. You won't be trying to do microtransactions or trying to squander people for money online when you just got the game if you're not dying as a company. People are not seeing through that, but to be quite honest, I mentioned that forever, and people are still not seeing through it. People think that, oh no, Square Enix is fine, 2K is fine, or Rockstar is fine. No, they're not. They're not fine. Oh, but those stocks, fuck what you think about the stocks. They're not fine. You're looking at numbers, but you're not looking at how they are acting. When you see a fucking company freak out and start putting money onto certain shit, there's a problem. And then you start thinking, oh, this company is gone. This company's fucked. It's no more. This company's literally about to go under. They're about to lose so much money soon, probably. And that's it, man. I'll see you guys. Be safe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And hey, if you wanted me to talk about more about 2K20, if you want me to talk about more about WWE 2K18 on the Switch, hey, let me know. I will. I'll probably do a video of how my experience is on the Royal Rumble if you want me to do that. I'm not looking forward to that. That's one of the reasons why I haven't done. If we're going out loud, I'll say this right now. When I've done me and a person and a manager, that shit was a little slow. So I'm not looking forward to that. So yeah, remember this video is just experiences purposes. I'm not convincing you or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I went through. Help me.